Okay, so we're going to continue on here in the Didache. What I think we'll do now is put aside all of the, what would we say, the grammatical terminology. We're just going to go through this. We'll look at the Greek. We'll talk about what the words mean. And we're going to kind of leave it at that. There's, if it is somehow unclear how this, how the sentences are fitting together or anything like that, you can always leave a comment, of course. So, and I also thought this would be better than me trying to write all of this on the board. You won't have to suffer through my writing either. So here we go with this third verse here. Tούτων δε των λόγων Didache ἐστιν αὕτη. So what we had before, that we've just gone through, now we get this, and this is the teaching of these words. Notice how the Greek expresses this, these, the words. We wouldn't use the article there in English. We don't use the article there in English. The teaching, you might, a little more loosely say, and this is the explanation of what they're talking about here, about loving God and loving your neighbor. So they actually mention three things. We're going to, just to make it a little easier to kind of read here. Let's see, we get one more. And then we'll go from there. So I don't think we need necessarily to write a translation down, but let's just try something. If I can, I would like to get a different color here. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Say of these words. I think we mentioned in the last one how this mark of punctuation is basically equivalent to a colon. Here we go. And this is the teaching of these words. Of these words here. It's quite literally these words. So there are these three. Here's a little bit of grammatical terminology. These are imperatives, second plural imperatives, meaning that they are saying, hey, you all do this thing. There are three things they mention. Eὐλογεῖτε tοὺς καταρωμένους ὑμῖν. That's the first thing. I could almost get that out there, but we're going to maybe tab this a little. So they say, bless those who call down curses upon you. And so that's really pretty powerful, right? That's a good image, this kata meaning down. Bless those who call down curses upon you. That's, you might think like, that's not very easy to do. And it's definitely not. So, what's the second thing mentioned here? Προσεύχεσθε ὑπեռ τόν ἐχθρόν ὑμῶν. Pray. I guess we don't need that capitalized. Pray over, or really pray for, and then the enemies of you, or pray for your Just thinking about certain political figures who, I don't know, who are sort of upheld by peddlers of garbage theology, maybe, or garbage versions of Christianity. Okay, and then nηστεύετε de ὑπեռ των διωκότων ὑμᾶς. Fast. We're going to say fast. I should say and, really. So there's and fast. And fast for those who pursue or persecute you. We're going to put a period here. Although you could see this actually continues on. Actually, we could even, to be honest, let's do it like this. Let's put some sort of like little line. This next part is really interesting. Ποία χάρις εάν ἀγαπᾶτε τοὺς ἀγαπῶντας ὑμᾶς. It's a question. So, for, or because, for, this gar, for, ποία χάρις, what kind of grace, kind of literally grace or favor, and a little more loosely, like to get that sense, like what kind of credit is it to you if you love those who love you? It's a good question. We get another question here. Do not, οὐχί, kai, do not even ta ēthne, the nations, the Gentiles. Don't these non-practitioners, these non-followers of Christ, to aŭto ποιοῦσιν, don't they do the same? Do not even the Gentiles do the same? I mean, this is just normal, right? Of course, you're going to love those who love you. What's so special about that? And of course, hopefully you do love those who love you. Not even everyone does that, of course. And let's see here. But, so, ὑμεῖς de ἀγαπᾶτε τοὺς μισοῦντας ὑμᾶς, kai έξετε ἐχθρόν. But you love those who hate you, and you will not have an enemy. So let's see here. But you love those who hate you, and you will not have an enemy. It's very beautiful, right? Now, if we've ever been in any kind of situation that doesn't even, rise to the level of like enemy or hatred, we know, there are conflicts that arise. It is very difficult to practice this sort of radical agape. This is also, 500 years before this was written, the Buddha urged us to lead a similar life. And anyone interested can head over to Daily Poly Reading. It's actually right here on this YouTube channel, and check out the Metta Sutta playlist there. This is deeply powerful, and what this really clearly, I think, speaks to is this is not something we just say we're going to do, and we do. This requires a complete transformation of the heart, the mind and the heart. And these are things that perhaps someone might think it just happens to you and then you can practice, you can live your life like this. It is not true. I mean, and I can't say that it would never happen, but in general, we have to cultivate this on a daily, hourly, minute by minute basis, or basis, or just minute by minute. We need to call this to mind, and little by little, we can replace these feelings of hatred with feelings of love for our neighbor. And notice that's what this is all about here. This is the plesion part. Okay. Hopefully you enjoy this much better than the last part. And like I said, if there's any issues here, let me know, and they will be addressed.